DVB, Digital Fast.
Hello and welcome to the DVB Newsroom. I'm your host Nora. Following the February 1st, 2021 coup, a civil disobedience movement was born by civil servants refusing to work under military rule. It grew into a non-violent resistance movement, came to be known in Myanmar by its three initials, CDM. Joining me today is Lin Nizo, a doctor based in Karenni state. Today, we're going to discuss the 5 years since the 2021 coup and what it means to her and her colleagues in the CDM. We will also explore how she provides healthcare in a conflict zone and the psychological toll this has taken on her. Thank you for joining me today, Lin. Can you start off by telling me about yourself? How did you become a doctor?
Yeah. First of all, thank you for having me on the program. It's my pleasure to be here today. I am Dr. Lin, one of the founders of Luke Hospital in Hopeful Burma. And I'm also jointly volunteering as academic facilitator at Karenni Medical College. Actually, I was never wanted to be a doctor before. I just passed my matriculation exam with high academic goals, and my dream was very simple, to be an artist and establish my own art studio. But as Asian families, so I was forced to apply to medical school. But I am really grateful to my mother, for guiding me in this decision, because I think I chose the right path. Because being a doctor or a medical professional is incredibly useful and supported in Spring Revolution. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. What do you like most about being a doctor?
It is very hard to say, as I told before, I was never wanted to be a doctor. But, being a doctor on the ground, saving lives and, cultivating someone future or something like that, is a true pleasure for me, and I don't know how to express what I feel whenever I save someone or something like that. It is incredible.
February 1st marks 5 years since the 2021 military coup. What does this anniversary mean to you personally?
Yeah. 5 years is a long enough time to accomplish something big in life. 5 years is a long enough time for a life to change. As for me, 5 years is also enough to pursue a medical degree, a very peaceful life with a high-paying job and settle down. But we all have all these 5 years stolen from us. We all have left behind all our precious time. A lot has been changed in these 5 years. But what I believe what hasn't changed is our strong belief in the truth, and how can I say that, our strong commitment and dedication to move forward.
What do you feel most when you think about past 5 years?
It's the feeling of very complex. I have been struggling a lot. Every day is dealing with, unpleasant feeling or something like that. Jet fighters are always flying overhead. Scouting drones are always flying overhead. And I used to spend my past 5 years accepting that I could die anytime. So it's quite challenging for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Immediately after the coup, many civil servants formed the CDM. What made you decide to join them?
I am a youth with the ability to decide what is right or what is wrong. And as a medical professional, the knowledge we impart is meant to save lives, not to encourage murderers or injustice. So I refuse to bow down, or I refuse to kneel down injustice. Yeah.
Did your family or friends support your decision? How did they react to your decision?
Actually, I am the only daughter in my family, the only daughter in my family. I can't do anything for them. I think they are proud of me, of course. Yeah.
That took courage, and many people admire the CDM, you know.
Yeah.
The CDM is often described as a non-violent resistance movement following Aung San Suu Kyi's Gandhian principles.
Yeah.
What is your understanding of CDM?
Yeah. Yes, I believe that Mother Sue believe like peaceful resistance, even in the face of repression, imprisonments, or like violence. And she also consistently advocating like peaceful resistance for that. So in my personal opinion, CDM is a like mass moral movement. Like mass cooperation as power. Now violence movement, and it's some kinds of moral legitimacy, and also like collective sacrifices of our people. In this revolution, we all can see that like the CDM movement really weakened the military council. Moreover, people are still involved in the CDM movements. This is like the sacrifices of our people. It is not too easy for them to lose everything they owned before, or like it is not so easy to sacrifice all the things. So it is a truly admiring and a truly massive movement for this revolution.
Since the coup, very few in the CDM or in the armed uprising discuss Aung San Suu Kyi. Is this true?
First and foremost, I am not a politician, so I want to clarify that this is my personal perspective, not representing any groups or any organizations. So for me, my revolution does not depend on a single individual or a group. I think myself that it depends on ourselves, our collective effort, our collective leadership, and our self-determination. So how can I say that? Of course, Mother Sue was truly inspiration for me to get involved. But we should continue, we must continue until we achieve free federal democracy we want.
Some anti-coup activists argue that armed revolution is the only way to defeat the military. What do you think?
So I will give you an example. Like imagine a military like an old tree with deep roots. Just because it is neglected or unaffected won't make it die. Mm-hmm. We have to remove, and it needs to be cut down and removed gradually. So the military was also planning for this coup for so many years. Like they are like a very well organized and cultivated nest with so much resources built up. So we have to prepare in all aspects to destroy that nest. We really need to be collective, to be more connected and more intellectual forces. Of course, as a medical doctor on the ground, seeing like many young people suffering, many young people losing their life, many young people like losing their body parts, I really want this to end very quickly. But what we should remember is we are not fighting with human. We are fighting with evils. Of course, it takes time. We need to be patient. It's all about resilience.
How do you feel when you see fighting every day?
It's a lot of challenges, of course, seeing like many young people suffering, losing their body parts, losing their future, losing their life. It's quite challenging for me, Most of them are younger than me, and some are like the same age with me. So it is quite challenging.
I understand the CDM members can only work in areas controlled by the resistant groups. What is your relationship like with them?
Yeah, I think it's all about mutual respect. Of course, at first it was not so easy for us who came from the central Myanmar because they had been oppressed and violated by the military for so many years. So we have to show them we are different. Being a Burmese does not represent the military. We have to show them our compassion, our generosity, and we have to show them like we are the same like them, and we have to show them our deeply sorrow for ignoring them for so long. So now it has been 5 years that we have been together with them on the ground. So like local community have become our second families, and we have a strong relationship and strong communication with them. And for like resistant authorities, it is all about mutual respect. So we show our respect, and we are always willing to cooperate and coordinate with them whenever they need. So we are like brothers and sisters.
So do they help you with your work as a doctor?
Of course. Yeah.
That sounds a great teamwork.
Yeah.
You work as a doctor in a liberated area of Karenni state. How did you end up there?
I think it's all about people, There are many children who haven't seen electricity. There are many children who haven't slept in a safe, warm and cozy bed. There are a lot of children who haven't seen and who don't know what is KFC or something like that. So that's why I think myself, I should continue to be there for them.
So what was the journey like? I mean, practically and emotionally?
As I told before, it is too complex, Whenever I see them like they are suffering from starving, or they are suffering from a lot of impacts of wars, I feel myself very guilty, and sometimes I feel myself I feel very guilty of being surviving very well, So the feelings are complex, and I don't know how to express it.
What is your daily work routine in a conflict zone?
A lot of challenges, of course. Every day is full of adventures and excitements. I am as I told before, I am used to spending my everyday accepting that I could die anytime, The fighters and scouts and drones are always flying overhead. Anything can happen anytime. So, of course, a lot of challenges.
How do you decide priorities when things are overwhelming?
I think it depends on the situation. As a medical doctor, our prioritization is our patients. So, whenever we had the drone, whenever we had the sound of the drones or the sound of the jet fighter or something like that, our first priority is the security of our patients. So, this is our very first thing we have to do, and first thing first. Sure. So it is not too much, as a medical doctor, patients are our first priority.
Yeah, your day sounds very busy and tiring.
Yeah.
What kind of injuries do you treat most often?
There are different cases and injuries, starting from war injuries to other medical emergency and other conditions, As the healthcare system of the military completely shut down since 11/11 operation. So we have to provide medical services not only to the comrade, but also to the civilian as well. As for me, I am also a strong interest in obstetrics and gynecology. So caring for mother and children feels very close to my heart. Apart from my clinical work, I also supporting and advocating for rights and privilege of the family planning and sexual and reproductive health care for women. And I also established Mudra maternal and child care center for IDP and refugee women as well.
You recently helped deliver triplets.
Yeah.
When it was over, what did you feel first?
It's I don't know how to express that feeling. It's great, you know. It is one of the memories that I will never forget, you know. It is not too easy and it is quite challenging for us, you know, like to give medical services for those kinds of situations, you know. It is not so easy even in the high facility area, you know. In the jungle with limited resources, you know, with limited facility, it is quite challenging, but we succeeded.
You have mentioned about the Mudra clinic.
Yeah.
Can you tell us more about it?
Yeah. Mudra Clinic was established in 2024. It is a maternal and child health care center for IDP and refugee women. We provide medical services like normal delivery and also like antenatal care, postnatal care, and also like family planning services, including counseling services and like contraception services as well. Yeah, in order to promote like rights and privilege of the woman, in order to promote daily life of the woman, you know, woman plays a major role in this revolution.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
What are the biggest ongoing health issues you see? I mean, like infections, maternal health, chronic disease, and malnutrition?
Yeah, a lot of things happening on the ground, you know. There are like 4 or 5 hospitals on the ground, but they are not enough for all the people in Karenni state, you know. Moreover, the military also cut down the supply way, you know. So the facility and the medical supplies are very limited. It is quite challenging for us to cover all the areas. Moreover, like women are also challenging a lot, you know. They are living in the ITB camp, you know, like there is no safe and surround environment for the woman. Moreover, like there is no enough supply for their sexual and reproductive health, including sanitary pad or the something like that. So there are a lot of health issues related for those kinds of conditions. For the children, there is like no enough vaccination program for them. Of course, IEC is trying so hard to cover all the area to give the vaccination, but you know, it's also very limited. Yeah. So there are a lot of challenges, and it's, I don't know how to resolve those kinds of things, you know. Of course, it takes time. Yeah. We need to do as much as we can.
It's difficult work.
Yeah.
You've been there like almost 5 years. So after all those years you've been there, what are the biggest challenges you face right now?
The very first thing is the security, you know. The military is brutally violating the human rights, targeting like civilian areas like schools and hospitals. So this is our primary concern. And the second one is our mandatory, you know. We all have our beloved ones and our families left behind. We always feel guilty and selfish for not being able to go back to them whenever they need us. For me, I lost my 2 beloved family members last year. As a daughter, the only daughter in the family, I couldn't do anything for them. You know, this is quite challenging for us. Last but not least, it's about our resilience. Almost everything are limited and restricted in all aspects. But we believe that we can overcome all the situation only with our strong belief and determination.
Sorry to hear your loss.
It's okay.
What keeps you strong when things are very hard?
As I told before, it's my strong belief, and it's because of the people, you know. There are a a lot of future we have to cultivate.
As we're nearing the 5th anniversary of the 2021 military coup, what message would you like to send to the international community about the CDM?
It is not about the civil war, It is a direct assault on the very values of the international community claims to uphold freedom, justice, and federal democracy. So a lot of innocent people, children, and CDM professionals have been killed and violated every day. So the international community don't sit back and watch. The only urgent need we all want right now is to take action against the military. Please listen to our voices.
Before we finish, is there anything else you want to say directly to other CDM members or the people in Myanmar?
Yeah, it's been 5 years, so we know that we all are tiring and we all have been struggling a lot. So again, it's all about the resilience. So if you feel yourself very tired, take your time and get a good rest, and then turn back to our fight and don't give up. We will fight until we get the federal democracy we want.
Thank you so much for joining me in studio today. We wish you safety and strength.
Thank you for inviting me today.